Right, well today I'm going to be fitting an opening window in a sliding door for a VWT4. The window is out of a caravan, but it's very similar to a Sites style window. Opens on the inside, just mounts straight through the hole in the frame, and then the brackets secure on the other side. There's some battens on the other side of the panel. I've cut a template out. I've used that as a window template just to be sure it's going to be going in with no issues or anything. So I've already drew around the template on the panel. I'm going to be drilling through with a large drill bit on all four corners just so I can get the jigsaw in. Then I've got the jigsaw with a fine tooth metal steel jigsaw blade on that, so I'm going to be cutting around all the way with that. I'll then paint where I've cut out just to protect the bare metal, and then I'll be getting the window, getting it in place. The window does have a rubber frame on the outside of it going all the way around, but because it's out of an older caravan, just to be sure, I'll actually be running a bead of Sikaflex all the way around as well, just to be sure that it's going to be getting a watertight seal. So I'm going to get the 4 pilot holes drilled, get the panel cut out and paint it, and then the window will be ready to go in. There we go. So that's the hole cut out. I left the panel on the other side as well, so I figured when I cut one out I might as well cut the other, so in theory that should be already cut for the frame for the window as well. So hopefully masking tape should have protected all the paintwork from the jigsaw. So I'm going to peel all this off, give all the just the bare metal where I've cut just a lick of primer. I'm actually going to be giving this panel a bit of paint anyway, just to get rid of the scratches and stuff, so I've already done the bottom bit. So this is going to be getting a quick sand down tomorrow, the paint over, and the window will be getting fitted then. So for now I'm just going to get rid of the masking tape, give the bare metal a bit of primer, let that dry overnight, and pick it back up tomorrow. That's all the bare metal painted, it's primed. And I say this is going to be getting the paint tomorrow before I finally fit the window anyway. So all of the bare metal will also get another coating before the window goes in, just to be sure, just to stop any rust from starting to appear or anything like that. So I'm going to be sanding down the rest of this panel now, getting rid of the scratch mainly. It's got a big scratch gouge going all the way down there, another one there, another bit there, another bit there going down. So I'm just going to give it all a light buffing and give it a spray over and fit the window. Right, well that's the door prepared, ready for paint. I cut the window out yesterday. I primed all the way around the bare metal where I'd cut. Today I've just gone over it with some 600 wet and dry. Nice fine paper. Just managed to get a few of the small little nicks and scratches and scuffs out of it so far, but there's still a few deeper ones that have gone through the metal. So there's one there, there's a couple of bits there, like that scratch there as well. So I've gone over it with the 600 wet and dry, got it nice and smooth, smoothed off everywhere where I can. This 600 has actually taken out a couple of the lighter surface scratches, but anything that's actually cut through the paint like that, that's going to need a spray over. So as I say, I've fully sanded the entire panel down. I'm just waiting for some nicer weather now. I could do with a bit more sunshine. It's very cloudy and it was raining earlier as well, so I'm not going to risk painting it at the moment. I've just washed the panel down after sanding it down with the 600, so I'm hoping later on this afternoon might be a bit better weather, or tomorrow is supposed to be sunshine forecast, so I might paint it tomorrow. But once it's painted, then the window will be ready to go in and get sealed, and then I'll actually be weighing the panel down with the window in to try and get as good and flat a tight a seal as possible. But yeah, that's the panel all wet sanded. As you see, it's coming out quite nicely already. I could in theory put it back on, but it's, as I say, I just want rid of those scratches down there, and this is where I did some dent repair along the bottom. I've had to actually fill in the entire section there because I was removing a bit of dent from there, and that bit had already been worked previously, and then the entire section fell out. So that's all glass fibre repaired. This is fillered along the bottom and sprayed and painted. As I say, all of this was taken back to bare metal already. It's been crusted to prevent against any rust, and it's been primered, layered. It still needs another coat or two because you can just see a slight definition of where the primer is still showing through, but that's only because I ran out of paint and the paint shop ran out of supplies. So I've got a couple of cans. I'm just going to wait for some better weather, give the panel a dry down in case the sunshine does come out, and hopefully get it painted and get the window in. Right, well, that's the door finished painted with. I've gave it a good few coats of lacquer. I've just finished putting the bead of Sikaflex all the way around the window frame. I'm just about to fit the window now. When I fit it, I'm then going to lay a sheet on top of it and weigh it down, give the Sikaflex a chance to grab, and try and get the panel as flat as possible while it's doing so. I'll also get in underneath and put the rear supports on for the frame as well, but I've had the frame actually in the shower to give it a good clean down. So here goes, I'm going to get it in. Right, so that's the window in and fitted. It's got a really nice seal going all the way along. You can barely see any of the Sikaflex underneath, which is good. That's what I wanted. It means the rubber seal's creating a good seal around the outside already, and then if any water was going to creep in, it's only going to hit the Sikaflex on the inside, run along and down and out. I've weighted it down to have the panel as flat as possible just while the Sikaflex is setting. I'm also going to get in underneath and run another bead just where the frame meets the metal, just to be more than, well, definitely 100% sure that no water is going to be able to get in. That's the main aim of the game. Fit a nice window and ensure that there's going to be no leaks. So I'm going to Sikaflex all the way around the inside as well, just to be sure. Then I can start putting the panel back on, put the frame on and put the door back in. So that's the door after the window has been left to set overnight. I just had it weighed down with stones over it, covered with a cloth just to make sure the window wasn't going to get scratched. But that's currently only being held in by the Sikaflex, and it's got a good seal. You can't see any Sikaflex running around it, but there's definitely no gap in between where the actual window meets the panel as well. There was that much weight on it, it actually pushed the panel flat while it was drying out. so it's got a really good grip on that. I did also Sikaflex all the way around the inside as well, all the way down the sides and bottom. So now I've just cut some battens. They're going to go top and bottom, left, right, just like that. And then there's going to be some fixings, the metal fixings, just those. They screw to the battens and they just make sure that the window definitely can't move, can't fall out, can't be ripped out by any people trying to get in or anything like that. So I'm going to fix these to it. Then I've just got to carpet the panels, and then this door's done with a nicely fitted opening window and the dent removed. Right, well, that's the door on. It's fully aligned. I've swapped over all the door furniture from the old door, so it's got the rollers, the handles, all of the mechanisms. It's all been swapped over from the other door. As you can see, the panel gaps line up quite nicely. Everything's pretty much flush going across where there's joins and panel gaps, and there's no gaps going along any of the seams or anything, so it's got a nice neat fit to it. Rolls nice and easy as well, and as I say, one finger is enough to open and close it with ease. I've put the panels on the back as well, so when you close it there's a nice good seal going all the way around the door. I say I've panelled it now as well, so this door is now good to go. I say it's a fully opening window, which is good in weather like this. You just tilt it up, let some nice fresh air in. But that's all of the panelling work done as well. I've put a surround around the window frame. It's probably a bit awkward to see just because of the light in here, but you can see the plastic trim surround going around the window as well. That just neatens up where all of the fixtures and fittings were behind it. I say the panels have all been carpeted and fitted on as well. So that is my original coloured door fitted back on, with a nice dent repair at the bottom complete, and an opening window fitted. As I've actually sprayed the full panel as well, but you can see it's quite a good colour match. There's not really a massive amount of difference between the panels that I haven't touched and the door that I have. I could probably do with another rubbing down of some rubbing compound. I did give it some yesterday, but I wanted to wait until the door was on until I finished it off completely. But for a free window that was out of a caravan and a few cans of paint and some wet and dry, I'd say it's not a bad job really. So now that's in, I can now crack on with some more jobs in the high top. But yeah, if you wanted to see how I got the dent out of the bottom corner, there's a video on my channel for that. Other bits and bobs on my video on my channel as well, so feel free to have a look. Cheers.